Hey everyone, I'm Deanna, and this is Jackie. Welcome to Glow in Peace. Okay, so today I'm going to be doing a Q&A. I'll be exposing myself a little bit. If you hear music in the background, it's because I'm at the resort and they have live music playing. I don't think I'm going to get copyrighted because don't nobody know what the songs they playing, but I have a cup. I've heard your questions. I'm exposing myself, so let's get to it. Maybe the background music is nice. I don't know. So I have all the questions in here. I don't know why my eyes is closed. I can just feel. And I'm going to answer all these questions that you guys have asked me. Thank you for asking your questions. Okay, let's just try this one. So number one question, well, not the number one, but this question asks, who influenced you the most? I don't know. In terms of, that's a multifaceted question because I have different influences for different things. I'm a multifaceted individual, so I have different influences, I guess. Someone who influenced me for YouTube, let's just say, Glozell. I didn't realize that at the time, but Glozell, you should know who she is because she's the OG YouTuber, and that's who inspired me. I think because she's just so funny and herself, and she just, people call it clickbait, but I really don't think sis is not clickbaiting. She literally is just this type of person. And I actually met her when I went to the Croc store in New York a couple years ago, and my dad was just casually talking to her husband, and he was super nice. Her husband was super nice. Glozell was really sweet. She was taking pictures and trying to leave because she had to go from the Croc store. But yeah, so is this music distracting? Y'all, I'm gonna listen to this and let you know if I think it's distracting, and then we'll continue this video. Okay, it's kind of faint, but I'm not gonna move because the lighting is really good, so y'all just gonna have to jam along to the background music. All right, like I was saying about my influences, YouTube would be Glozell. In terms of storytelling, would be Swoozy. Y'all should know who these people are. They're the YouTube OGs, so know who these people are. What else? In terms of overall upbringing, my parents, I mean, I feel as though I'm not like them though, so I can't even say my parents because both my parents are introverts. Both my parents don't like being on camera, anything like that, so they did not directly influence me in that way, but I think they just provided a space for me to be myself, and by just not interfering, especially now that I'm getting older. So yeah, in terms of my personality is truly, you know, as a sidebar, my therapist asked me, she was like, who taught you how to love the way you do? And I, for the life of me, don't know. I mean, I see my parents love and I see the way they give, but I've never come across an individual like me. So if y'all know the answer, please let me know. I guess Christ influences me. I think there are different parts of me that influence me. So yeah, I hope I answered your question. It's not like, oh yeah, this person's my muse. I can't point to a singular person. Okay. This is, why I gotta crumple the questions up like this? Why do I? Okay. So this person asked, how are you handling the growth of your YouTube channel? You famous now, baby. Well, number one, thank you. Number two, I think I am handling pretty well. One thing about it is I don't take this the wrong way, y'all, but I don't always like responding to a lot of comments, not because I'm snooty, but it's very overwhelming. My channel was stagnant for like 2 years. There was nothing moving, nothing was shaking, no kind of movement. Also, oh shoot, I just washed my braids, and I nearly had a accident on the camera, child. So I just washed my hair because I went swimming in this nasty behind pool, and I didn't know that, but I put my goggles on and pretend to be little Miss Mermaid Ariel, and there was band-aids in the bottom of the pool, soot. I'm like, this is disgusting. This is disgusting. I'd rather swim in swamp water than this doggone pool with all these kids and these big body people drinking 42 margaritas. I'm good. So I had to wash my hair. It came out pretty good. I also cut my hair because, yeah, what was I about to say? I forgot. Okay, but I think I'm handling it well. It can be a little overwhelming just seeing all the comments, and so sometimes I have to like take a day to read them and then come back to them, because it's just like, whoa, this is a lot of people interested in my life all of a sudden. So yeah, but I'm really grateful for this opportunity. I'm working on creating content to maximize my revenue, because on YouTube certain things make money at certain times of the year. So stuff that makes the most money for me is like hair content, because a lot of people like it, and I'm not the type of person that's going to sell out for money, but I'm trying to move out. So I love talking about hair, so I'm going to have to maximize my profits by curtailing my content to what's, you know, gonna make the most money seasonally. Like for instance, New Year's resolution goal planning videos probably make a lot of money in January, December, January, February, and then March, when people start getting back to their old ways, it kind of, you know, tips off. March, April, it's like, yeah, we off that. So that's just oversharing. But yeah, in terms of being famous, I don't feel famous. Nobody knows like who I really, I don't say who I really am, but like I'm not recognizable in certain ways, which is fine. I'm okay with that, because I don't want certain people to find this channel, because then they're gonna find certain things about me, and that's just a whole other thing about like certain people at church. We're not very honest at church, and that's just the culture of church, not the culture of Christ, because Christ is of truth. But church people tend to operate in a facade, like whatever, you know, you have to look the part of a Christian. You don't necessarily have to be a Christian. You just have to know how to say church Christian things, and that's not the type of person I am. Like the other day, and I'll talk about this in another video, I posted like a picture of me in my crochet outfit that I spent so many hours making, and I saw a comment that was like, you're changing, and I'm like, you see, this is what I'm talking about. So I pray certain people don't find my channel, because it's not for you. I don't think I know I'm intentionally not trying to, you know, be a town whore or whatever, but like, or someone at church, or someone said to me the other day that, like, you know, you're on, you know, we can see your, you know, your breasts. There's holes in your shirt at church. It's a long, like ankle length dress. But I guess because I'm more blessed, in abundancy, that you could see the holes but no skin. And they were like, yeah, people might come up to you and now you're on camera. I'm like, okay, and I guess it was coming from a place, but I'm like, I don't like this commentary on my body. But it goes with the territory on the internet, so what you gonna do? Next question, because I gotta get through all these questions. If you wanted to impress your future husband, what dish would you serve? Oh, well, assuming God, believing and trusting in the Lord that my husband is Jamaican, I'd make him curry goat. So I feel like curry goat, I'm checking the back because I'm making sure I don't get it wet, even though it's not my couch. But I would either make him curry goat and rice and peas, because it's a one pot dish, or I would make him roasted chicken thighs, like roast chicken thighs and sweet potato casserole, because I made my own little recipe for sweet potato casserole, and I could make roast chicken thighs and then just make like potato salad, stuff like that. Potato salad, you know, not potato salad, it doesn't take too long, but I probably just make like steamed rice, vegetables, sweet potato casserole, and chicken thighs, because it's not as much as I'm describing it, and it tastes really good. So he has a lot of stuff to eat. The other acceptable answer is me, but we're not married, so we're not gonna get there. We're not married yet, so we're not gonna go there. Next question. Are you thinking of creating any products to sell to your audience? If so, what do you have in mind? Yes, I am thinking of creating a hair product. If I tell you, I'm gonna have to kill you, because people on this internet, on Beyonce's internet, are stealers, and I don't want to say anything until it's like the product has been made and now we're just like marketing the product, because y'all not gonna take my idea. So it is based off things I've said in videos. To give you a little hint, if you watch my video, that was the video that kind of, I don't want to say put me on the map, but yeah, like the breaking through the hair growth plateau, it's kind of based off of that video, but you don't know what products I'm making. So it's just based on that. But yeah, that I would do something like that, and I know that would help so many people who are trying to grow their hair, because natural hair and hair growth people are very elusive. It's like they want to gatekeep the hair growth. Like, everybody should be able to grow their hair. It's not just for a select few. Like, get over yourself. I gotta come pick this paper up. All right, next question. How does it feel to be an only child talking to a kangaroo and never had a boyfriend, even though you're really pretty? This is an excellent question. Let's start with there. How does it feel to be an only child? So being an only child is probably the biggest reason for all my mental problems. And you're like, girl, don't joke about this. No, I have mental illnesses. Like, I'm not well. Like, what part of my channel did you, if you go through my videos, what part of my channel screams peak mental health? Like, let's examine that. Like, nothing about my channel screams, yes, she got the mental health. I don't know what kind of mental health you think I have, but it's not the healthy kind. I'm struggling, fighting for my life. Talking to a kangaroo makes sense. I was an only child. I didn't have a pet. I wasn't allowed to even have a fish. The closest thing I had was ooh, I'm getting this wet. Y'all, hold on. I'm gonna go get a towel and put this behind. 1 second. Okay, hey. So we were talking about being an only child and talking to Jackie, which makes sense because I am an only child. Growing up, I felt alone. Even now, I still feel kind of alone because I'm not really understood. But YouTube is opening up a whole new realm of connection, because now people are like, oh my god, we think the same, we talk, you're like me. I'm like, really? There are others? Because it didn't feel that way. And as for Jackie is literally, I've said this in Why I'm Friends with Her in that video, you should watch that if you want, but Jackie has always been there for me. She is my oldest and most loyal friend. She has seen me cry. She has seen me screw up. She has seen me do amazing things. She has seen me make a fool of myself. She has been there through it all. So I love her so much. She's my little sister. She's my buddy. She's my baby. She's all these things to me. And I'm super happy God blessed me with her, because he knew I needed someone as stable and consistent and as loving as Jackie is, you know. And as for the I never had a boyfriend. I'm becoming more at peace with it, knowing that I would rather never have a boyfriend. And hold on. I would rather my husband come later in life, and not too late, not too much now, but I would rather wait than have been in a relationship and it devastated me because that person wasn't ready. That person couldn't love me the way I deserved to be loved. I couldn't love him, whatever the case may be. If I experience a breakup, I don't know how I would recover. I've been through a lot of things, but a breakup is something like entirely different, especially when there are romantic feelings involved. I've never been in love. I have never been in love. I don't know what it's like. Yeah, I don't know what it's like to be in love, so I can't speak to that, but I can only imagine how beautiful and awesome that would feel. So I'm really glad that God is healing me, because you think being an only child talking to a kangaroo and I wouldn't have to be doing some kind of healing? Please. And even though I'm really pretty, I am really pretty, and that's part of the reason why I'm like, I know I'm pretty, so where is this guy? Like, guys don't notice me. I don't know if I ever told y'all this, but I say it to my parents and my friend, and not many friends. I don't have that many friends really, but I say this like to myself, to Jackie, to God. I'm like, God, I'm pretty, but why don't guys notice me? And it's like, it's not time yet. Like when I did the vlog and I said, oh my God, that guy noticed me and he thought I was pretty. Guys, I need y'all to know that that's not the norm. Men don't look at me, guys don't look at me. When I was in college, guys didn't look at me. So, and I don't think it was because I was ugly. It had nothing to do with that. I think it was just because God was protecting me. This damn battery, hold on. Okay, I'm back. So, as we were talking about that, being pretty, all that stuff. So yeah, I can always do a part 2 because I want to get through all these questions. I'm also on vacation still, so I want to enjoy that. It's my last day in Myrtle Beach, and then I'll be going to DC for the weekend. So yeah. Next question. And are you gonna do any try-on hauls so you can show off what God blessed you with? Sure, I can. I don't always order clothes, so I can always show you guys like fall outfits or whatever I have. I can show you guys what I wear. For the record, you guys should know I'm starting to get comfortable with my body as I am, not because I don't want to improve myself, not because this is how I envision myself always, but because I have to be at peace with who I am now. There's this whole trend of becoming her, but in order to become her, you gotta love you. Like, you can't become the next version of you without loving who you are right now, because you're just gonna be self-loathing until you get there. And then let's say there's a different version of you after that. You're gonna not like the person that you work to become, and it almost feels like it's for nothing. All that toiling and investing in yourself, it's for nothing. So yeah, as a sidebar, yeah, I will be showing you try-on hauls now that I feel more comfortable in my skin. And yeah, next there's a tray and I'm trying to land them in there. Next question. If you could have any superpower, what would it be? It's a great question. If I could have any superpower, I would be somewhat of like an avatar, and I think like controlling elements would definitely be a superpower. Just that one, but like being an avatar would be the ultimate like superpower. Imagine earth, wind, fire, earth, water, earth, fire, air, being able to control all those elements. But if I had to pick one element out of all of those, like it's like, okay, Deanna, be for real, which element would you pick? I'd pick water, because water is the most dynamic element. I relate to the water. I also relate to earth, but you want to be practical. If I'm trying to fight for my life, what element is in everything? Yes, air, but air may not always like serve you. Water is literally in everything. It's in the air, it's in your body. You can blood bend. Like, there's so many things you can do with water. You can hail, rain, hurricane, big splash, little splash. You could do a lot with water. So, and it heals as well. So water, I relate most to water. Oops, I gotta have better aim. Okay, next question. Do you plan your videos? Yes and no. There are some videos that I plan. For instance, I have a fall lineup of all the content I'm going to be doing this fall. Now that is always subject to change. I work I am an event coordinator acting as an event manager, and I don't have like an intern or like other people, so it's really just me. So I can't always make the content that I want at the time, so I sometimes substitute it for just random commentary or whatever is really on my heart. But yes, I do try to plan my videos now, especially now trying to maximize my revenue on YouTube. I'm gonna have to be a bit more strategic in planning. So dang it, I gotta crumple them up. Okay, next question. How do you know when your friends are real? That's a great question. You know when your friends are real when you feel like you can be yourself with them and they accept you for who you are. That's how you know your friends are real, and that takes time because you want to be careful with sharing all your different aspects of your personality because you don't know this person. You know, I am guilty of that. I had a friend and I was really close to her and I thought I could be myself, and for a while I was, but this goes into story time, which I might make today. I don't know. It might be cathartic, but also I want to go eat coconut shrimp and drink some sparkly pink wine. So you know what, maybe it can wait for another day. Also, I hope this lighting is giving, because I'm gonna be real sad if I edit this video and it was not giving. But okay, so the heck was I talking about? Yeah, so how do you know your friends are real? When you can be yourself around your friends. If you can't be yourself around this person, then they're not your friend. But that takes time. So little by little you have to build that trust, and that just takes, you know, that just takes time, and you just start opening up and opening up. And also pay attention to the red flags, because just like in a romantic relationship, when you have friends, you know, you might ignore the obvious red flags, and you can't ignore those red flags. I mean, I understand you care about this person, but you know, if you see this person is making little comments and hiding them in a joke, or you know, just little things, really be discerning and ask the Holy Spirit for more discernment, because the wrong person knowing the most private detail about you, it can really screw you up, and it can screw you over. Well, they'll screw you over because you don't know who they can tell and all these other things. So I just say give it time, and then over time show more of yourself, or share with them aspects of your personality you don't mind like sharing. I'm not saying like inner secrets, but like be your outgoing self, be your introverted self. And if they don't like that, then leave, because you showed them who you are, and by doing that they'll show you who they are. And if their initial response is kind of fake, you gotta leave. It's not worth it, loves. It's really not. Yeah, I got it in there. Also, guys, sorry, my like back itches. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right, next question. Are you a dog or a cat lover? Dog lover. I'm not a cat person. They're cute, but cats are very finicky, okay? Cats pick and choose when they love you, and that's not love, okay? When you want to love your cat, they will ignore you, step over you, they might scratch you, right? But then when you getting good and comfortable about to watch something, eat something, want to hop in your lap, like, no, that's not being loyal. Jackie, she's like a puppy. Like, I've always felt like this. She's literally a puppy. She always gets happy to see me. She's always excited to hang out with me. Not always, but for the most part, like, she's looking forward to spend time with me. Bucky, I love him, bless his heart, but he's like a cat. He loves me, but he not always in it. He's like, y'all talk too loud, y'all talk too much, leave me alone, I just want to sleep. And that's fine. And it's not because Bucky's a cow, Jackie's a kangaroo, but in terms of dogs and cats, I am very much so a doggy person. I really want a puppy. That's just a lot of work. One day though. Next question. These are some good questions. What did you major in school? Do you miss it? Please. Do I miss it? Girl, no, I don't miss it. And it was molecular and cell biology. I graduated from UConn in 2021 after after battling cancer and being put through all kinds of unimaginable hell. I was able to graduate on time. I did not have a summer break off since I haven't had a summer break off. Let me explain why. Going into college, that was the last time I ever had a summer break. I have been taking classes every winter, every spring for like every single semester to try and catch up, because I had to stay home semesters. I had to like take less classes, maybe 2-3 classes as a semester, so I had to like get these classes in, and it was awful and it was terrible. And on top of that, fighting cancer, and then on top of that, dealing with a club, starting a Christian club that went literally kaputs. Just awful. Not because God is not good, but because the people in the club did not have the best interest in me. And part of the person I was telling you about, the friend I had, kind of kaputs the club, like not participating and then eventually leaving me high and dry, and I didn't deserve that. So no, I don't miss college at all. There's certain parts of college I miss, like hanging out with my roommate Taylor and ordering pizza and at 1 a.m. or ordering Ted's, going to games, going to like our concerts. But other than that, I do not miss college. I just wish I had a break. So a break would be nice, like a summer break, a real summer break would be nice. Hey, went in. All right, next question. If I seem a little apathetic, it's not that. I'm just tired, y'all. How is your health? It's pretty good, actually. My physical health is coming along. You know, I have times where I get really tired or bone pain. I don't really get nerve pain a lot because I drink a lot of ginger and turmeric tea, which is great for like inflammation in general. But like when I have too much sugar or too much carbs, so any kind of refined carbs, it aggravates my joints, my bones, so I have to be careful. And on vacation I have been having a bit more, but I've been drinking that tea, so it's been flushing my system out. So I'm not saying eat all the carbs you want and drink ginger tea. I'm just saying, like, I know I'm on vacation and I would be eating, you know, like bread and stuff, but I've been actually pretty good. I've been trying to eat salads and balance my meals. My physical health is good. My mental health it's strained a lot. You know, I've been dealing with a lot in my personal life, trying to deal with hurt, childhood trauma, you know, the works. So I'm healing, but as of right now everything is okay. I'm just tired. Yeah, I'm just tired and trying to not be anxious or depressed. You know, someone said anxiety is thinking too far in the future, depression is thinking too far in the past, and it's kind of true. So I'm just trying to be present. I'm trying, you guys. Dang it. All right. Next question. What is your favorite thing to cook? I have a lot of things I like to cook. I wish you asked me what I like to bake, because I could narrow it down with baking. But my favorite thing to cook would be, it has to be my favorite thing to eat, that I make. And my favorite thing is probably, I make this pasta, and I made it for some friends, and it's really good. It's like a kielbasa pasta, and I make it with orchette pasta, which is so good. And it's like beef or turkey sausage, like kielbasa roasted in the oven. It's super easy. I'm actually gonna make a video about like recipes and cooking with me and Jackie, or just cooking in general. But it's like you take the kielbasa, you cut it up, and then in a pan you chop up some onions, some tomatoes, you can put mushrooms. I just do the onions and tomatoes, and then I drizzle it with some extra virgin olive oil, and then the vegetables, and then sometimes I put like garlic cloves and put the oil and the garlic powder, onion powder. I like to layer my seasonings, yes, and roast that for 425 for like 30 minutes to 35 minutes, and then dump it in the pasta, add some fresh spinach, and have it with some crushed red pepper, and then some bread and some prosecco, or some sparkling water. I like anything with carbonation, not like soda, but I like carbonated stuff, and that's literally my favorite thing to cook. Now that it's getting colder, that's gonna be one of my favorite dishes to cook because it's super easy. What else? Yeah, that's really one of my favorite things to cook. I also like making wraps. So my favorite thing is to take like a tortilla and put like, you know, meat, or like I like to put like pulled beef, or like my mom makes prime rib in December for Christmas. So putting the prime rib, putting some putting some onions and garlic, some other whatever, maybe a little rice in there, and just like pressing it, putting it in a wrap. Or do the same thing but with Thanksgiving, so like turkey, stuffing, cranberry sauce, and then toasting it with some oil, and almost like a chimichanga, and then dipping it in like a mayo based sauce, like basil mayo or roasted garlic mayo. Yeah, I love to cook. That one went in, by the way. Next question. How do you have such a great sense of humor? I think it's a way to cope. I think it's a way to cope with things. Well, my mom and my dad, they have great sense. They both have great senses of humor. They just have different types of humor, right? So my mom has dry humor, like The Office wrote her narrative, right? And then my dad has I Love Lucy, Honeymooners, slapstick kind of humor, where he mispronounces things or he stumbles over things. Like, both intelligent, both very witty, they just have different kinds of humor. My dad is definitely a cartoon character type of humor. My mom is definitely like whoever writes The Office kind of humor. So I think combined is the reason why I have a good sense of humor, and why I too have both senses of humor. Because if you watch my content, I promise y'all, I try to be a bit more up for videos. Not this one, because I would say I don't care. I was about to, but I'm just like, yeah, I'm just answering questions, right? But I literally forgot my point. Anyway, I think I have both senses of humor because of them, and I just make it my own. And it also, my mom has a little dark humor, and I can see that in myself too. Oh yeah, I was saying, like, y'all see me, like, if you ever see me trip or struggle to open things, I promise you, I'm not just trying to do things for the camera. The camera just so happens to be on. I'm literally fighting for my life. All right, let's see what else. We don't got that many questions. Actually, we got quite a few. All right. What made you decide to go natural? Do you find it's a lot easier to work with your hair than when you had to relax? Well, actually, I never relaxed my hair. My mom never gave me a perm or anything like that. I had flat ironed my hair. My mom had going to the hair salon every 2 weeks ever since I was like 7, to the point where I was like 17. So for 10 years, my mom had my hair flat ironed because of dance. I was a dancer, or I still am, but I was an active dancer. I competed, I was recitals, I was a dance mom's competition style dancer, and it was easier to flat iron my hair, so it was just easier to manage. So when I decided to go natural, it was because part of it was you go on YouTube and it's like all this natural hairstyles and this like that, and I tried to do it, but my curl pattern was like damaged. I had healthy hair, healthy hair, but the curls were very loose. So I was just like, dang, I wish I could do this. I wish I could do twist outs. I wish I could do twists, but I really couldn't because my hair just, it wasn't, my curl pattern wasn't defined. So in March 28, just kidding, May 2018, my freshman year of college, I was like, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna cut my hair. I hadn't flat ironed my hair since December of 2016, but I decided to cut my hair, and I cut like 6 inches off my hair, and ever since then I started my natural hair journey, and I'm so glad I did. I could have never seen my hair grow to the way it is now. I could have never pictured it. Matter of fact, I might be a little stupid because when I cut these braids, I didn't take into account that my hair is actually quite long, and with the new growth, I really don't know how long it is. This might actually be like my actual hair length or close to it if I were to flat iron it. So let's just pray I didn't cut my actual hair, but if I did, it will grow back. Because I take great care of my hair. Except when I have it in braids. I got lazy. I didn't even oil my scalp every day. But yeah. Shoot. Y'all, after this, I'm literally going to go to the other restaurant. My parents were like, I don't want to go out to dinner. I'm like, listen, I've been charging things to the room. So I'm literally just going to go there. I'm going to get a calamari, a salmon salad, and I'll see if they have rosé prosecco. Next question. I want to try therapy, but it seems scary. How'd you get comfortable with your therapist? What is it like, and how'd you get accustomed? This is a great question. Let's just quickly say therapy is amazing. Therapy is a great way to speak to someone who really cares about you and wants you to be your best self. I will say that not every therapist is a good therapist. My therapist is an excellent therapist. I don't know if she watches my videos or not. She probably, I don't know. She wouldn't. I don't know if she would tell me, but she is a great therapist. She is revealed to me about Jackie and why I'm close to Jackie on a psychological level. She's helped me to cope. She's there to talk to. She makes it very easy to open up. I've been in therapy for over a year now, and it has made such a difference. At first when I started therapy, I wasn't comfortable because it's hard to come to terms with your life not being good. I will say, and without getting into my personal life too much, because not everything is meant for YouTube, but I remember she was telling me that when she spoke to somebody close to me, I won't say who, she was telling, well, let's just say she was telling me I don't have a good life. Let's just say that. She was telling me you don't have a good life. And I don't. Like, if you really think about it, I've been diagnosed with cancer. I've experienced childhood trauma. I have been in and out through the ringer. I have experienced so much kind of grief. It's not a good life. And that's hard to come to terms with, but it helps because now you know how to cope with it's not a good life. So how do you make it ideal? How do you make it work for you? How do you overcome? How do you we call it like DBT, but which is a type of therapy help to like cope. I'm too tired to, is it like dialectical behavioral therapy? She said it so many times. But over time I just open up and I feel very comfortable talking to her. She's not the type of therapist who writes things down and is like, every time you say something. She's also not the type of therapist who's like, yeah, I'm sending you into the wee-woo wagon because, you know, you said something questionable. Like, even when I tell her I have suicidal thoughts, her first impulse is not like, you need meds. Right now, I did have a therapist like that, where I would tell her I'm so depressed having cancer, I'm so depressed not being able to leave, and she's like, okay, antidepressants. I'm like, I really don't want to be on antidepressants because I don't want to be dependent. And she was like, yeah, but like you should probably try them. And she was really pushing for antidepressants, and I didn't think it would work for me because I'm already on other meds, and I don't, know how they'll interfere. So yeah, it's important to shop around for therapists. I was so blessed that after that therapist, I went in the book or whatever online thing to see who's in network with my insurance and who's close to me. And I called, she was the first, my current therapist, I called her office and I got a consult like right away, and she was super nice. So yeah, it's I feel like I'm talking to a friend sometimes, talking to someone who genuinely cares, and that's the point of therapy, to get for you to be comfortable to share, and so they can help you. They're not there to a good therapist is not there to judge you. It's not there to make you think like them. A good therapist is there to help you be the best version of you and help you to come to terms with truth on your terms, because there's certain things a therapist is not going to tell you if you're not ready to receive it, because then it's going to go in one ear and out the other. So she's a really good therapist. So I recommend, if you have insurance, find someone in network and then have a consultation and talk about certain things, and just try, and then try another therapist. If you like the vibes of that therapist, stick it out. If you don't, try different therapists. You don't have to go with one just because that's the first person you call. I just so happen to really like that therapist and my current therapist, and I heard the Lord say this is going to be your therapist before I even called the number, and he was right. So yeah. Next question. Oh, I'm so tired. Are you okay? I mean, you would think so. I am okay. As of right now, I'm okay. I'm just really tired and I'm trying to be present. When I'm not present, I'm not okay. But as of right now, talking to you guys on my kangaroo here, I'm about to go get a salad. And I'm not like the type of girl like, oh, I just gotta eat a little salad. But I'm like, this, it's salmon. They put like glazed pecans in that thing. They put all these different kind of cool vegetables, and I get a side of like this warm bread. I'm like, yeah, I like this salad. So yeah. Oh, we're almost done. Uh-oh, not me ripping it. What he's singing? All right. If you could start over, meaning move abroad somewhere and build a life, where would it be and why? This is a really insightful question. I wouldn't move abroad, and I'm gonna say for this, I love America. It's very ghetto. It's quite racist. There's a lot of flaws, but hot water and ice and drive-thrus and air conditioning, most importantly, air conditioning. Like, why would I move to Italy? Also racist. Like, I think it's, I would visit other countries, but moving abroad is not something I would like to do, because when I realized black people are hated every single where am I gonna go? I might as well stay my behind here and make the most of it. At least I know not everywhere here is racist. I go to Italy, I just stand there, they're gonna call the cops. I mean, and that's like some places in America, so it's like, but if I can move anywhere here and I had the means to, if I could live anywhere and had the means to, I would either stay in Connecticut, even though I'm not in Connecticut currently, but I would stay in Connecticut, or I would move to this New York City. I've always wanted to live in New York City. It is a mess, but if I could, a mess, when I say a mess, like, it's sometimes very stinky, very sooty, very, you know, but it's amazing, it's lively, there's so much to do there. The taxes are high, but I'm just saying, if I had the money, I would stay in New York City. I would go live in New York City, or I would live in Connecticut. I really love Connecticut. I think there's something so charming about it. There's something so there's something so quaint about it, and I like the close proximity to New York City. I like being able to take the train. Yeah, I've grown up here. I love fall. I think I love it because I love fall, and nobody does fall, autumn like Connecticut. Like, y'all not seeing Connecticut when it comes to autumn. Nobody. You say New Hampshire, you're dead wrong. Vermont, wrong. It was like, it's New England. What did I just say? Your problem is you don't listen. I said Connecticut, okay? And I would build a life in Connecticut. I can buy a lot of land in Connecticut. I could buy a lot of land and eventually have a nice, huge mansion on a farm. That's a dream of mine, to have a big house, like I'm talking like 7-8 bedrooms, an underground bunker type thing, a beautiful big farm. I would live off the land. I would have a flour mill. Like, I would have everything. And then I would have deep in the core of the earth, well, not that far, but like deep in the earth, I would have like a bunker. So like, when, you know, doomsday is coming, I'm prepared, and I can sit there with my family. And it's like a resort. It's, imagine like a resort style amenities. Like, they have these actual bunkers that you have to pay $1 million to, and that's not practical because they're in like one location. Like, let's say they're in Indiana. When demons is flying and the clouds rearranging themselves, the water's doing this, and the earth is, and certain buildings are crumbling, like it's a scene out of 2012. Like, how am I gonna get to Indiana? Let's everybody apply wisdom. I would rather have the bunker so deep and so, is the word formidable because it seems right, nothing is touching it. Like, I would have that, and I have food underground. I would have enough to last me a year underground. So yeah. Next question. Okay. Not necessarily career oriented, but what do you see for yourself in the near future? Your vision board on your Orlando vlog looked thoughtful. Also, I've heard mixed feels on vision boards, church related. What's your take? So, it's a great question. Very insightful question. Not necessarily career. So what do you see for yourself? In the near future, I see myself moving out quite soon. I see myself and Jackie in an apartment kind of like this resort complex, and it has resort-like amenities too. I see myself way more successful on YouTube. I see my channel reaching heights I didn't even think was possible. I see me more healed and relaxed, traveling. Let's just say 8 months. Like, my goal is 8 months from now to move out. So I see myself moved out. I see myself traveling, being a lot more brand deals and sponsorships. I see a lot more money coming in. I see myself healthier, fitter, toner, a better version of myself. What else? I also see myself, something I never told you guys, but I thought to myself, why couldn't I go into, like, yes, writing, because I do love writing and writing about my life and writing a book about, based upon my life. And I also thought about acting, and I never thought about it, but I don't know, I feel like it would suit me. It suit my personality. I like being dynamic, and I think acting is a great way to get outside my comfort zone. When I started doing the announcements at my church, I was so nervous. I didn't think I could do it. When my friend, she texted me and asked me, my first thing I was gonna tell her was no, because I'm like, what do I look like in front of the camera? But I heard the Lord say, just say yes. And it was the best, well, it's one of the best decisions I've ever made, because it kind of changed my life. It's made me more comfortable behind the camera. I don't feel as nervous. So I think acting is something I can definitely start looking into. Maybe not like as a profession, but like, you know, start with improv classes and eventually take like maybe an intensive 4-week or a month, 2-month, 3-month program, and invest in that to at least have that. So like if there's a commercial, I could audition and learn how to do that. I actually I took this aerial arts class when I was in college. I was a junior, and with the exception of another person who was taking the class, everyone else they're acting majors. So being around them, it was like very interesting because we lived 2 different academic lives. They're over there like rehearsing acting techniques and monologues and stuff like that, and they can bust into accents, and I'm over here like, okay, organic chemistry and physiology and neurobiology and anatomy and blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, woo, this is different. Like, y'all, I'm gonna say y'all got it good because school is school, but I'm like, I would rather do whatever. Y'all doing a monologue, can I do that? I'm over here this organic chemistry. So yeah, I'll start considering acting. And people, I don't really like telling everyone. I'm telling y'all because I feel comfortable, but it's like, oh, you know, not many people make it. I'm like, listen, how do you know I'm not 74 auditions away from getting the role? Like, the only way I won't get the role is if I stop trying. Hey mom.
Hi.
Sorry, I'm doing a Q&A.
Oh, okay. Well, we didn't know.
It's okay.
Okay.
So yeah, acting is something I'm considering. Next question. Oops. How was the ocean?
It was good. Okay. Are you talking to someone?
Yeah, the camera. How do you figure you're not that girl? So when I first read this question, I was a little confused because I'm like, why would you say I'm not that girl? That's rude. But I made a video saying it's not sustainable to be that girl, and it's true because being that girl is very superficial. A lot of times it's built upon aesthetics of being something that you're not, drinking your little iced coffee, always being super productive, and that's not a realistic take of being that girl. I think being that girl sounds cliche, but it's being kind of true to yourself and being true to where you are, not necessarily hating yourself for who you are now, but embracing yourself for who you are now and being excited for who you're becoming. So how I figured I'm not that girl because I am an authentic person, and I truly don't believe that being that girl, like that TikTok girl, is really authentic. I think it's primarily a facade and solely for aesthetics. I think it's easy to be confident and believe in yourself when you look a certain way and you have this certain look, but it's a lot harder to feel that way when you don't fit that aesthetic. So I'm not that girl, but I am that girl, if that makes sense. I'm almost done with this Q&A. May you sing a few bars of your favorite church song. Another video. How are you doing mentally? I already kind of said this to y'all. Y'all already. Next question. So what's the anticipation for 2023? Is Jackie cooking up some ideas? I don't know, you can ask her. So what's the plan? What? Jackie wants to go into acting too. So that's the vibe. Like, we're both gonna go into acting. And I think Jackie, we're both working on my book. And yeah, she wants to, yeah, we're both going into acting. Jackie wants to try modeling for herself. And yeah, I would like to get the screenplay for my, based upon the book I will write. But yeah, Jackie's helping me with that because she might be the narrator of the book. And you will, if you know who Jackie is, you'll know that she's the narrator. If you don't know Jackie, I don't know what to tell you. So that's the plan, and I already shared the other plans. Most of it's Jackie's idea. I'm just writing her coattails. Okay. Okay, there's one more question after this. What country would you visit if you had the funds? If I had the funds, it's not a country, but it's a city. I would visit Dubai, and I would have the most baller, weekend, like a 10-day trip. I would go on a yacht. I would go on a yacht. I would go to all the different spas. I'd go to the spice market. I would live a life of luxury for like at least 7 to 10 days. No, at least like 10 days. Go on a camel ride. So yeah, that's what I would do. Ooh, this is the last question. What is your age and are you in school? I'm 20. You're blocking the light, Dad. Okay. What is your age and are you in school? I am 23 and I graduated. I said this, but I graduated from UConn in 2021. And yeah. I am most certainly not. I'm most certainly not returning to school until I'm ready. I'm not ready. I need time. I told you guys I haven't had a summer break in. I haven't had a summer break in a very long time. So I need to feel a bit more healed before continuing my education, because I still do. I need time. Did I read this? Yeah. Well, yeah, guys, that's the Q&A. Thank you guys. Oops, I missed that. Thank you guys for all your questions. This was kind of long, but hey, you get to know more about your pal Deanna. Did I read this one? Yeah, I did. So I never say this, but like, comment, share, subscribe. I don't know if you guys do it already. I don't like saying that because I don't like you to feel pressured into liking my content. I feel as though if you do, you'll like it, you'll share it, you'll comment it, you know. But just a reminder, if you'd like to do so, yeah, it helps my channel out tremendously, and it helps Jackie get cookies, because if I get paid, I use that money to buy Jackie her favorite cookies. Like, that's the point. Revenue boosts, Jackie gets her favorite cookie. Do you want to deprive Jackie of her favorite cookie? Okay. So, alright. I love you guys so much. I love you. Jackie loves you. And we'll see you in the next video.